all my sisters with me.
I got
Where
my
the harmony
sisters
go?
with me.
We are family.
Ooh.
Get up, everybody, and sing. What?
Sing.
Oh,
Sing.
oh.
Like that. Come on in.
Was that the words?
Yeah.
You didn't sing the words. You made up something.
Yeah.
Hey, hey.
Oh, hey.
We are Sisters with
Disabilities.
Disabilities, where we're uplifting
Inspiring.
and enhancing the knowledge of individuals with disabilities.
Mhm.
Hi, my name is Crystal, the blind baddie, and this is my sister.
I am Kim. Keep it moving.
Okay, and guess who we got today?
Guess what we got?
This is our sister,
Our sister.
Jacqueline Underwood.
Yay.
So,
Hello. Yay.
So today we're actually doing, it's February, y'all,
Mm-hmm.
and we are doing Low Vision Awareness Month.
Yeah.
So for people who be like, what's that? Look, when you go on your calendar, it's an awareness month for everything, okay?
Everything.
Because people need to be
aware.
Yeah, aware. Thank you. That's the word. Yeah. So as you all know, I'm legally blind, but my sister Jackie has low vision. She's not considered legally blind because, baby, she out here still moving and grooving more than I can do.
Making it work.
Making it work. Do what it do.
Okay.
She still drives and everything. So, but
Amen.
she has to use some accessibilities that could kind of help her see a little better. So we're gonna get into her story as well.
Okay.
We just letting y'all know we back. We've been on holiday.
Yes,
Even though we got videos still coming out, we take a little break for the holiday. So again, like I said, this is Low Vision Awareness Month. So we always tell you we use our phones.
Sure do.
For accessibility, so we can see. If y'all can see how big these words are.
Very big.
But before we actually get started, we're actually excited to have our sister here.
Yes.
I am excited to be here. Thank you so much. Well, we take time for love too.
Yeah, she's our big sister, and she acts like it.
Okay. This is Daddy all over again.
I'm a sister mama.
Sister mama.
Sister mama.
Even though I had to mama sister her.
Right.
There are those days.
So again, this is Low Vision Awareness Month. So the difference between so it says low vision or decrease in vision that affects the daily life of a person. So the definition of legally blind, which I am, is a person legally blind has a vision of 2200.
2200.
Yeah, so you know how most people can have 20/20 vision perfectly. So 2200 is way far away. That means that a legally blind person can see 20 feet when a typical person can see 200 feet away.
Okay, wait a minute. Before you go any further. So that means 20 feet as in you still those 20
Girl,
feet
I can't see 20
see?
feet. Our producer is probably only 10 feet and I can't see her.
Oh, so you can
Well, you know, and I want to make a comment about that because if that is the case, I have been diagnosed with 2300 in my right eye, which would means that I'm legally blind. Do I get
the state of
benefits
Missouri,
or anything?
You have to have that vision in both eyes.
Aha. Okay. Okay. Both eyes, not just one.
Okay. So it can be 200 feet away. It cannot be corrected even with correction eyeglasses. Okay, Kim.
That's sad. I mean, I was just trying to not you see we really can't see further than your hand, and I can see. It puts life in a different perspective because for me to see and then for my sisters not to see, that's big.
Yeah, because it's funny when you tell people like, yeah, I'm blind. Yeah, girl, if I ain't got my glasses on, I'm blind too. I'm like, yeah, child, it's not the same.
Right. Isn't that the truth? That is not, you know what? I'll tell you that because today before I came here, I had just said to Crystal, I said, "Ooh, I don't know where I put my glasses because sometimes it's hard to see my glasses.
Yeah, you can't
know?
see your glasses to put them
Right,
on.
right.
Okay, now I'm going to give you the definition of low vision. Okay, a term used by educators that refers to people that cannot read print without some kind of magnifying help. These people can only read large print with help. Low vision individuals have a vision of 20/70 and 2200 in the better eye with correction.
Okay, so yeah, so you can still be, the 2100, but it's still considered low vision.
Okay,
Right.
okay.
So I can't see words on the paper; they look like ants to me. And then I can't see, like I said, my producer's probably not even a full 20 feet away from us, and all I see is somebody sitting in the chair. Okay, so again, we have our sister Jacqueline Dennis.
Okay.
I mean Jacqueline. Lord,
It's okay. It's all relative.
Okay.
She's everything. She's
Okay.
everything.
Look, we mix up all them last names together.
sure
Right,
do.
right, right.
Yeah.
There you
In a
go.
minute.
But Jacqueline Underwood,
Okay.
and she is our sister in real life. We actually both started losing our vision around the same time in 2020. And it was crazy. I started losing my vision first, and probably 6 months later, you started going through the same thing I was going through. But me and her both have two different eye diseases. So I'll let her explain herself and her story. Again, I lost my vision to diabetes, so I have diabetic retinopathy. So let us tell us your story, sis.
I was sitting down, just kind of having, a conversation with a friend about midnight, and I'm sitting at the table, and all of a sudden, I start to see these really big whiffs of smoke in my eye, and it was black, and I know that the doctors, I have glaucoma as well. So when the eye pressure, when the eye pressure goes up, then you see floaters in your eye.
Right.
Okay. And so these big whiffs, and I knew something was wrong, but then it started to get a little blurry. Like I started to see water or fluid in my eye. So I was all like, something's wrong. Well, maybe I haven't taken my eye drops today. You know what I'm saying? And so I went home and I took my eye drops, and I had to get up and go to work. I had to fly to Chicago the next morning.
Because you were
a flight attendant at that
time.
time. And so by the time I got to Chicago, I'm in the car. And so, now I can kind of see in my eye. I don't know if either well, Crystal, I know you probably experienced it where you feel like you can see what's going on inside of the eye.
Yeah, it looks like some stuff just going on. I said it looked like a lava lamp.
Okay,
inside my eye.
Okay, okay. And so I started seeing it, and it started turning yellow, and then it was turning orange. So I ended up calling the doctor, and he said, "I think you have a retinal detachment. You need to get back to St. Louis immediately."
Wow.
So that was about 8 o'clock in the morning, and I ended up back in St. Louis at 3:30 p.m. over at St. Mary's Hospital. If you ever have a retinal detachment or anything, they do not have the type of doctors in order to be able to see you over there. So they're going to send you to SLU. So save yourself that emergency room money. I'm just really, I'm just being serious about that.
Well, yeah, they sent me to a retina specialist.
Okay.
I go to the retina special doctor.
Okay.
So they have to sort you out.
Okay, yes. Well, so that's what they did, St. Louis U. And so the doctor explained to me that I was having a retinal detachment. And what they did was, I don't know how they diagnosed yours, but they put some type of little orb thing on my eye and gave me a ultrasound. Have you ever had one of those
when
on your
I
eye?
was at the hospital, they put how they check for babies.
Yeah,
they put it on my eyes. And they saw that the blood was rupturing in my eyes.
Okay. Well, it's probably the same thing then, because he puts it on my eye and he says, "Oh, you've had a significant detachment, and you need to see the doctor right away." So I go to St. Louis U the next day, and the doctor tells me, "Jacqueline, I'm sorry, but if you can see the size of your eye and how small it is, imagine that the detachment is like a fingernail long. That means it's all the way across." Well, what I do know about him repairing my eye is that, like you said, you can see a body and a shape, but I've lost my peripheral vision. But that is the one place right here on the side of my eye where I still can see.
Wow.
So directly in front of my eye, it's like somebody dropped a smoky little shadow over it. Do you experience that?
So I don't experience that because I have diabetic retinopathy.
Okay.
So my retina is like the eye and the retina separate like that. And the blood vessel, since my sugar was in control, when it ruptures, it pushes the retinas apart. So
Okay.
they took away, when I had surgery, they took away my peripheral.
Okay.
So I don't have peripheral, I have center vision.
Okay.
Wow.
See, now I think I'd like to have some center vision. You know what I'm saying? Because when I close this eye, I like you, I can see the shadows. You know what I'm saying? And if I turn a little bit more, I can see a little bit more of you. And that is because I also have glaucoma. As I mentioned before, I have narrow
So
angle
your
glaucoma.
reasoning was because of your glaucoma.
Well, now the doctor did not say that. He said that it could have been old age. It could have been a trauma to the head. I have large eyeballs, and he said that over time, as you get older, the eyeballs change, and then it could have just stretched it. And so, because they're not the way eyes are supposed to be, kind of like that. Mine are more like that.
So you know, I never asked you this question, but I always wondered. So you had LASIK.
Yes.
But you had it early when it kind of
first
came out.
In 2004.
Yeah, and when it wasn't regular like it is now.
Okay.
So do you think that would have had anything to do with it?
No, because 2004 was when I was first diagnosed with glaucoma, and I was just, oh my God, I was in denial because when I went to the LASIK eye surgery clinic, you had to pay $150 for them to just even see you, right? And so if you were to get the surgery, the $150 goes towards it, right?
Yeah.
So she does the eye exam. And what happens? You have glaucoma. I was like, I know you're kidding. Y'all trying to keep my money.
You come for one thing, find out nothing like a mechanic. You came for one thing, something else happened.
And that meant that I could not have the surgery. So I had to go see a glaucoma specialist, and he put me on some eye drops and a regimen, and that brought the pressure down. And once I was able to bring the pressure down, then I was able to have the surgery. So I was diagnosed in June. I had the surgery in September.
Okay.
You know, it's sitting here with both of you. These are like wowing stories because you can easily go back and forth off each other, and it's about vision and everything. And I'm sitting here and I'm like, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Right, make you want to go to the eye doctor every 2 days.
Don't right.
I think I'm okay.
No, you go on the regular. You go when you supposed to go.
It changed a little. I have bifocals, and it doesn't look like it. But
Okay.
you know.
Okay.
All right. No, my question. My question. How did you feel when you found out about your condition?
So I've had 2 surgeries, 2 retinal detachments. The first one was in October of 20, and as recent as December of 2023. So 3 years now. See, when I had the detachment, the doctor did tell me that there was a potential that I could have a second detachment in this eye because I've already had one.
So let us know which eyes are you talking about? The left or the right?
The right eye is my first detachment, and that's the eye that I do not have sight in. I can see shadows, but not sight. In my left eye, I just had surgery in December, and I can see out of that eye. And that was a different type of detachment than this one. This was a huge detachment, where this one had a couple of tears and a lattice kind of thing going on, like it was starting to tear.
You had 2 different types of procedures as well.
Well,
2 different type of surgeries.
This one, absolutely, you're absolutely correct. This one I had, and the repair consisted of placing a sterile buckle in the eye. And the doctor felt that because it was so significant that he did not want it to ever happen again.
Right.
So that's what's going on with this one. And this one, however, often is red and irritated. Where I have with this one,
I didn't like that.
Yeah, this one though was laser. It was a different surgery.
So you had the same one that I had. The ventrectomy. What is it? Ventricular.
Well, you pronounce it. You go right ahead.
It's the ventricular surgery.
Okay, yeah. So this one was laser. So that is the difference in this one. What is affected in this eye, which has oil in it, and I'll have to have 2 more surgeries, is my I'm nearsighted, and so my nearsighted vision is affected. And so, just speaking of that, and I just want to say, Much love to you, sister, because she gave me a magnifying glass, and as
We'll
you
talk
heard,
about Betty in a minute.
okay, because as you heard in her statement of what legally blind is, magnifying glasses. So I just
Yeah,
want
you
to say that.
use different things.
So I
So
felt
back to your
devastated.
well, let's go back to your procedures real quick.
Okay.
So like you said, you had the buckle in the right eye.
Uh-huh.
And when you got it, I just didn't like it because I had the ventricular. And even though I went completely blind, which was stated that was going to happen because of my diabetes, um, I feel like I didn't go through as much as you went through, though, with your surgery because you just had a lot of bad defects when it came to it.
I did. I ended up having 5 surgeries total. And that was because the doctor said he wanted to give me my very best chance. However, 2 of those surgeries were definitely unnecessary.
Yeah.
They overfilled the occipital lobe with oil. And what it did was it pressed on my nerve, which is where you get your sight from. So they had to go back in, which was the second surgery, and take some of the oil out because I was having excruciating headaches. And so after that happened, maybe a couple of weeks later, I'm still having those same headaches.
Yeah.
So they go back in to take it out. Now, by the time they get ready to take the oil out and put another lens in, that's when I get diagnosed with like 2300 because guess what? The oil has compressed the nerve. They wanted to blame it on the glaucoma, but I believe it was on their negligence. But I just want to say
it was
that.
too many. Yeah, my
too much
doctor
oil.
wanted to do more surgeries. I was like, no, we're done. We're done. So whatever happens is gonna be what it is. Especially when I went blind in this one. He like, well, you want to have surgery for what? I'm still gonna be blind. So there was no need for surgery. So yeah, because I had 5 surgeries, 6 surgeries.
Okay.
I understand.
Yeah.
Okay, so back to how did you feel when they first told you?
I felt like my life, I felt, first of all, I want to say that because I got there immediately and the doctor said, I'm going to try to save your sight. I felt a kind of a sense of relief. And then after it all kind of set in that it wasn't until after I couldn't see that I felt something happen. I became depressed, I feel. I felt like, I'd be laying there on the sofa and I'd look up, with my one eye and I'd see the dishes were dirty and I'd tell, you know what, I'll do that. I'll do that tomorrow. It'll be okay, So I felt, and not only did I, at that moment, did I feel depressed, I truly believe that over the last few years, I have been depressed. It's a kind of coming to Jesus kind of moment when you have to learn to live with your disability.
It's traumatic.
And it has been traumatic.
Trauma brings on depression.
And so, but if you're asking me recently for this second retinal detachment, well, Kim can tell you when they told me that it was detached, I just lost it.
No, that was me.
It was both of us.
Yeah,
you were on the phone,
me, and then I called Kim.
We were sitting in the office, and it was traumatic. I just thought my life was over. Everything that flashed before my eyes, I'm not going to be able to see. I just bought a new car. I'm finishing up a degree. And now I'm not going to be able to read. I'm not going to, all of these things.
And
I just
comfortable in your job as a counselor.
Absolutely. And so because I did not get my vision back in this eye, the first thing that came to my mind was, oh my God, I'm not going to get it back in this eye. So it was traumatic. It was traumatic. However, when I woke up and I could see, I cried. I cried. I thank God.
I know.
I mean, and so, but you know what else it made me feel, and what it made me recognize is that what having sisters mean, and that made me feel highly favored. It made me feel everything because my sisters rallied around me. We rally around each other. But this second detachment, and as Crystal can attest, it breaks your heart. It breaks your heart to just think, I'm not gonna be able to see. And but let me say something to you too. Crystal has handled her disability with grace. This girl can still wait on tables, baby.
Okay.
Let me take a drink to that. Here, take a drink to that. Wait on tables, take orders, write screenplays, produce podcasts. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and she's always been very, very talented. So I just want to say that I know.
Thank you, sister.
Go ahead and get that.
Yay.
Yeah, so that's how I felt. I do feel better.
I mean, because I know that you're very talented too.
Yes.
She doesn't talk about it. She wrote a book.
Yeah, let's go through her accolades
she's
real quick.
She has which degrees are you up to right now?
I am finishing
which
up
one
my.
are you up to?
I'm finishing up my 4th degree, which is in marriage and family therapy, as a therapist. And currently, I'm working with young children and helping them to see change, to see a better future, to see their lives like they would want it to be.
Yeah.
What else? What else did you learn? What else? No, what else do you do? You can marry people.
And let me not even get into that story, because that's another one. Kim and I were working together doing some Valentine's Day stuff, and a man came up to us and said that you could become an ordained minister. And so guess what? He said, go online. So what did I do?
Go online.
I became an ordained minister. So I'm Minister Jacqueline as well. Now my pastor did say that I could not be getting up in the pulpit. I'm about a minister.
Okay. Well, not with that degree.
Not with that degree. But it is nice to have, because you can marry people, perform ceremonies, commitment ceremonies. And so if ever someone in my family wants to be married, it would be so wonderful.
Child, not me.
Okay.
Won't be me, Lord.
So I was a radio broadcaster here in St. Louis, Chicago, Atlanta, New York. Worked in the film industry, and as recent as it's been 2 years in February that I retired from being a flight attendant.
Yeah.
And that's when I had my first retinal detachment. I was flying, and so that was scary for me, especially going back out into public, looking at people, thinking that people were going to be able to see me. The sterile buckle that's in my eye, when I first got it, it was protruding. Now it has settled into the eye. And so it doesn't stick out as much. But every day I know it's there.
Yes.
Every single day I feel the dryness of the eye. I feel I just know it's there. When I look in the mirror, I know it's there. It's like I see a changed me. And now that I've had the second surgery, I feel like now maybe they match each other. At first, this one was like super big.
Because you would say something about your pictures, and I'm like, hey, you still fine. Okay?
Right, taking 800 pictures a
Look,
day.
I tell y'all
like
all the
me.
time.
I'm like her.
I tell y'all all the time. Men don't care. Okay, we be sitting there like, oh my God, I look like this, I look like that. Men are anyway.
Okay, speaking of that, how does this affect your dating or love life, if you have one at all?
I think the only reason that I have said anything to anyone that I have dated since I've had the detachment is that because my eye was really red, and I felt like they were looking at the buckle protruding. And so therefore I felt like I owed an explanation versus having them looking at my eye going, what happened? What happened?
And then you have to over explain sometimes to people.
So I would just say, you know what, I've had a retinal detachment. I just had surgery. And so if my eye looks red, that is why. One young lady at work, maybe about 6 months ago, I was, doing some paperwork, and she said to me, is something wrong? Are you okay? And I was like, yeah, I'm okay. What's wrong? She goes, so your eye is really red. And I said, oh, I've had retinal detachment surgery. And so sometimes the eye gets red. It gets aggravated. And she was like, oh, I didn't mean anything. I would rather people ask. And just to assume that I'm high in one eye.
One eye.
Okay.
Drink to that.
In one eye.
Okay.
But when it comes to dating, I always say it already on here. I don't tell men up front.
Okay.
I date first, and then if I'm comfortable with you, then I'll tell you.
Okay, because they don't really have to know, do they?
Yeah, I mean, don't nobody believe I'm blind anyway.
Okay,
they just because I walked into that wall, that doesn't mean she blind. It just means she clumsy.
That's right. Just because I walked into the shed and fell down the steps 3 times, don't mean that I didn't see all that stuff down there on the floor. I just chose not to pick my leg up.
Her surgery in December 2023, her equilibrium is off now because she lost her peripheral, and I have suspended her from walking and talking on the phone. She's not allowed because I'm on the phone. I hear, oh Lord, and I'm like, "What you?" I just ran into the shed. Get off the phone with me. And stop talking to me.
You were right to do that because I've fallen twice outside of my job.
While you were what?
While I was
on the phone.
But and I didn't look down. You know what this thing has done for me is that now I have to get used to turning my head to look around, to look down, to be mindful of things that may be there that I can't see. And so I can see why people say, I want to learn to walk with the lights off.
Yeah.
Because sometimes when I come in the house, the lights might be off, and I start thinking to myself, okay, I know what's over there, and I know what's over here, you know. And even then, I still don't look down. I still end up tripping on something.
Yeah, it takes a while because that's why people probably think like, oh, she know what she doing. My whole head turns. I'm looking down. I'm looking everywhere before I start walking.
Okay.
So I know what I'm doing. But when she had her the surgery December 23rd, I made up a whole room for her. I was gonna be Nurse Crystal sister to make sure that she was okay, because if can't nobody take care of her, I can take care of her.
Right, because she know what to do.
Because I know what to do. So we had blind boot camp around here.
Oh,
I was like, walk around. I said, walk to the bathroom. I taught her how to back up to the toilet. Back up to the toilet. You ain't got to see the toilet. Just if you know where it's at, back up. And once it hit that back thigh, sit down. Now you're there.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, I had one panic moment. I couldn't see my checkbook. I was looking at it, and I was thinking that all these checks had been written out of my checkbook, and it was one check that I knew that was coming through, and I think it was the medication, and everything, but that was hard living through at that time too. Just that that was the same day after I came from surgery, wasn't it? Yeah, you know, and so the medication and everything, I just really feel like it affected me differently than, like you said, than the first one.
Yeah, right. I mean, I had to tell
you don't need medication. You needed it, but you don't need
you
it.
Need it. You know, you didn't need to do stuff. That's what you didn't need to do.
Get her.
Okay. Because I had to keep telling everything. Her, sit down.
Put your head down.
Put your head down.
And you like, do.
Get off the phone. Well, I got to call and tell everybody.
You ain't
you
got to
tell
nobody.
You ain't got to tell nobody. You call them later. Everybody that you need to talk to sitting right here around you. All our sisters came over, and that's all you needed at that time. Well, you know but you're a busybody, and you don't know how to sit down. But I fussed at her a lot. What you call me? You told somebody I was something.
Well,
the nurse from hell or something. But
okay, well, Florence Nightingale was more like what I said you are. Womp womp. Okay. But anyway, I can only say that for people who are living with low vision, which is what I am, during that time, Crystal gave me some help. And I was gonna call you Nurse Betty, but that kind of walked into Betty. Yeah, so maybe that was a part of what Nurse Betty would do. I really feel though, a month and a half, and I was just thinking about it yesterday, just about a month and a half later, that I'm feeling better. However, like you said, I can feel that, I can see that oil film that goes up and down, because I have to have 2 more surgeries.
It looks like soda bubbles.
Yeah, well, over in this eye, they left a bubble in here, and it's just one. And I feel like I can see it, but really it's on the back of the eyes. What the doctor
mine
told
look
me.
like Coca-Cola's going past my eyes.
Really?
Little bubbles.
Little Coca-Cola bubbles. Okay. So when I had this surgery, the laser surgery, she said that I had 2 tears, and then I had a type of lattice thing going on like this, where it was kind of coming apart. It was starting to break apart.
Yeah.
And she repaired all of that as well. And I thought that I had seen some kind of little bubble stuff. You know what? And I tell you, before it happened, I started seeing stuff. Because the doctor said 3 years ago, watch that eye. So it's not a day that I wake up that I'm not watching that eye. And so maybe I started feeling like, am I seeing that? You know what I'm saying?
You called
is that
me
what
and
I saw?
said you were seeing something.
Some flashes, some light
I said,
flashes.
call the doctor. You're like, yeah, maybe I should. I'm like, yes, maybe you should.
Yeah, it was some lightning strikes.
And then it went. Yeah. You went from you saw something, called the doctor, and boom, surgery next day.
The next day, got the doctors on the phone, told them that I was seeing lightning strikes. They said, come on down. Can you be here? Absolutely, I can be there in a heartbeat. I get there, and that's what they told me, that they were going to go ahead and do some testing to see what was going on with it, and found out that I had 2 tears and that I was going to have surgery. And the doctor said, luckily enough, someone canceled for tomorrow. Now, I'm going to tell you something. I am a praying and a church stomping, God praising, believing woman. Oh, I'm sorry, I stopped the stumping. I mean, but I'm just
Okay.
saying, you know what I'm saying? I'm not, and because it happened so fast, and I was able to have surgery just like that. Well, my eyesight has been saved.
Yeah.
So it's low vision right now. It feels fuzzy. Some days I get up and I'm like, there's something going on with it, you
No,
know.
it takes time when you wake up in the morning for it to just, like anybody who wake up in the morning, your eyes gotta adjust.
Now,
So
you
hold
got
on.
it, or I got her.
I got it.
Okay.
You been reading all the questions.
Well, you
I ain't picked
know.
up the phone yet. Uh, since your last surgery, has this surgery affected your ability to read and write?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Writing, I can write. I'm good on the writing now. But when I can see myself writing upwards a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
If I were pouring something in the glass, I pour it to the side. Like
Yeah.
I don't pour it, like my hand is not there. If I'm reaching for something, I might reach off to the side of it.
Yeah.
Okay, and so I don't directly see it. I do. You mentioned my equilibrium. I do believe that my equilibrium is off.
It is because you don't have peripheral.
Right. So I feel kind of out of order sometimes.
To the
I'm like,
side.
ooh, yeah, you know. And so
I'm good for walking over to the side. Kim like, oh, where you going?
Oh yeah, I think I drive to the side.
Oh,
ever since
Lord.
ever since I had this first surgery, because I couldn't see over here. So when I come around that corner, I wanted to make sure that I got far enough away from the curb. So when I started driving, I was in Chicago because I had left my car there. And Lord help me if I didn't drive all the way over here and up onto the curb in the divider. I was really trying to miss that curb, but I did mess up the rims on the car on the right hand side because I could not see.
But now you know not to turn that far.
Oh yeah, even now, not that far, but even now, even though it's this eye, I still turn out. If that's the curb, I'm still trying to turn out that way.
It's because it's like if you have your phone right here, to me, the phone might be over here. So it's just not where your eyes actually see it.
Right.
Okay. Sometimes you gotta just refocus. So talking about reading and writing better. So again, she showed y'all Betty. So let me see Betty.
Okay, that's Betty.
So
watch Betty's top here.
Okay. Yeah, she just snapped off plenty of times. It's not
okay.
you. So
okay.
When I became blind, I had a young counselor come from the where they come from? The Blind Association. And they came and gave me a whole bunch of goodies to help me see a little better. So the first thing they gave me that was my best friend is Betty. We call her Betty. Why you call her Betty? Because I ain't never met a bad Betty. I ain't never, so she good to me. But when I had surgery and I had the cataract surgery, I can't see out of Betty anymore. So I passed on down. And I let my sister have Betty, and it's been working for her. So
it has been.
When I said, "Can you bring Betty?" She's like, "Why?" Bring Betty back.
Well, and you know,
so I got a couple of things because everybody knows that I like to have goodies on the show because you know I'm visual and I don't have no sight, so I like to bring things to show people. So I'm gonna show y'all some of the accessibility things that they gave me. This is trying to come apart. So everybody knows that I still cook. So this is a timer. Help me, Kim.
Right here, let's put this down.
Hold on. I actually want to move my pretty flowers today because they couldn't see them last time. Did I knock the flower down? Okay.
I got it.
Okay. So this is my clock timer for my cooking. And you see how large the numbers are. I can actually see these because they're big and black.
Okay.
But I don't use it as much as I used to because I have Alexa.
That's okay. Okay.
Does it ding?
Did you really want to ding it, Kim?
I did.
It does ding.
Wait a minute.
There you go. It has a sound. It's an old school
Good
bell.
thing you ain't deaf.
Okay. Because I know it's there.
There it is. Okay.
Yeah, I just slid it real quick.
Okay.
But that's another accessibility. I didn't bring her out, but I have two Alexas, and Alexa helps me. Yeah, I didn't see that. I thought the box was right there. That's why I was saying when you think something there and it's not.
Prime example.
Okay, let's slide the box over a little bit. But anywho, as I was saying, I use Alexa as one of my accessibilities. She tells me the time. She has a timer. She play my music. She
Mm-hmm.
tells me the news. So and she'll read a book to me, but I ain't paid for that yet. But she'll read a book to me if I want to hear a book. Here's my second best friend. I ain't never named you, girl.
Lighten up.
Name her.
Okay.
I found this on the web.
I'm sorry.
If I want to hear a book, here is my second.
I wasn't talking to you. Here's my other accessibility. Siri. Okay, sometimes she get jealous. I don't be talking to her, but she still want to be in the conversation. Okay, girl. But then when I try to talk to her, she don't hear me.
Well, she told me that I wasn't pronouncing somebody's name right.
What she
so
like
this
say
is
what?
hopefully I don't know if this is gonna give a reflection or not. But this is my second best friend. This is the reason why my face be beat. So this is a magnifying mirror, and it was customized for the vision that I have. So it lights up and everything. But I don't use the light. The light too bright for me.
Ring light.
Maggie. Okay, I ain't never had a bad Maggie around me either.
Well, can I ask you a question? With me having low vision, would I be entitled to any of those?
Excellent question.
Okay.
I don't know, but I can call my counselor and see if we can, have her come and meet you and have a conversation. Because since you do have that, you passed the 2100, then you should be able to receive some things. Okay. Hopefully, I would think so. No, because they brought me all of this before I went 100% blind in this eye, so I'm pretty sure they could.
Okay.
So yeah, so this is Maggie that Black Ice Queen production just named, but that's why I'm the blind baddie, because I can still do my hair and makeup and my lashes. But with the help of Maggie, if I don't have her baby,
watch the box.
Okay, I ain't gonna put her down, because if she break, I'm gonna be like a woman on a Lifetime movie looking for her child. No! Okay, so my sister don't know about this. Everybody just thought it was a little Crown Royal bag. This is Little Betty.
What? Oh my goodness.
So this is Little Betty. This is the one you're supposed to put in your purse and take with you.
Oh, that's so cutesy.
It has a
light.
Yeah, it has a light, but I don't know if the battery probably dead. I had this for about 3 years.
I think it's
Little Betty, I didn't do so well with Little Betty. I couldn't see as much as I could with Big Betty.
Okay. Look, can I see that?
Yeah, you sure can.
Yeah.
Yes,
you asked me if my eye was different. Well, I have to wear glasses as trifocals. They help me see nearsighted. And I asked them, it's so thick up here that now it's hard to see. And so
then you get those when you first had your surgery.
I first had my surgery, and so things have changed.
Your vision has changed, so you got to change it again. You're trying to see if you can see.
Yeah, you know what? And I can look at that, and I'm looking through
everything,
trifocals and through Little Betty. So what does that tell you about my ability to see?
Give me Little Betty back.
Okay. Oh, I'm sorry.
But she be cuffed. This Big Betty bag, I just didn't give it to you.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I'll be like, Little Betty.
So yeah.
So I don't like this. I got one more thing. So this is my newest little thing that I have. I haven't actually tried it yet. But this is my prescription reader. So now my pharmacy knows that I have this. They send me special labels on my bottles, and I haven't learned how to read it. I mean, work it, y'all. So forgive me. We just took it out the box.
Let us see.
Okay, that'd be better, because I can't see it. I thought it was a smoke detector.
Oh goodness!
But it will read it and talk to me and tell me the name of my prescriptions instead of using my son. Or a way that I take my medicine is I listen to the sound.
Script talk.
While they figure that out, I'll just tell y'all. So I listen to the sounds of my medication. I shake the bottles, or I can feel the bottle, feel the pill, or I can see the color of the pill and know, because I take the same 5 pills every day. So if I have something new, this will help for the new things when Kelton's not here. So whenever we learn how to work this little doodad, then I can figure out which prescriptions that I have. So cool. Yeah. So this is something new that I need to play with for a while. Okay. So those are a lot of accessibilities that legally blind people and low vision blind people can use. Oh, wow. So that was just a little fun facts for the day.
Okay, now we've asked you. No, What advice or encouragement would you say to someone who's losing their vision?
I'm gonna take my glasses off. You notice I've been putting them on and off. That's a part of being able to see. And so I would say pay attention to your eyesight every day. Go and get your eyesight checked. You never be too careful. We never know what our illness is gonna be.
Yeah.
And so when the doctor tells you you need glasses, or when they start telling you I'm seeing stuff, if you see something in your eye that you know is not supposed to be there, floaters are an indication that you may have glaucoma.
Yeah.
If you see big whiffs of things that look like wave and flags or something like that, that's an indication of a retinal detachment.
For me, it was I thought I saw eyelash in my eye for a whole month.
Oh wow!
I kept saying it looked like a little eyelashes right here.
Oh wow! You can see that
when we drove. When we had to drive
that was
back
the blood from Omaha. It would have been.
So the blood had started to pool right there.
Yeah, it had been 4 years this month. No, 3. Yeah, because I'll be buying for 4 years this year.
Okay.
It was 4 years this month. We was driving home from Omaha for my aunt Jean's funeral. And on the way, all of a sudden, I kept saying, "Oh, it's an eyelash in my eye." And I waited all the way from February to March because every time I go into the hospital, they keep me in the hospital.
Okay.
So I didn't want to miss.
I
didn't want to miss Kelton's birthday.
Okay.
So the day after Kelsey's birthday, I went, and that's when they told me that I had the blood rupture.
Now, if you had went almost immediately, they could have tried to save your eyesight, which is what they tried to do for me. Okay, so when you ask me about people who may have low vision, I say cut yourself some slack. Give yourself some grace. If you are still functioning and such as yourself, and because Crystal is making it happen. I mean, you're my inspiration, to tell you the truth, because I just feel like, how can I complain when I still am able to drive? And so
you do everything.
Oh,
and you still do a lot as well.
Well, you know what? But not as much as that whole kind of depression thing. I just now, after 3 years of having surgery, have started hung the clothes up in my room. When I could see again, it kind of said, okay, maybe this is going to be okay. Maybe I got this. And so one day I just got up and started putting things back.
Yeah, I had to do the same thing because especially being blind, I had to reorganize everything too. So my closet was messed up, so I reorganized it to where I can find everything I need.
Okay.
People came. My best friend came from out of town. She reorganized my kitchen and my hall closets and stuff like that. So, because I just sat there, I didn't want to do anything either. It took for me to lose our whole family in 21. And for me to kind of finally just shake it off. And got to get back into the groove. So I understand.
I don't know if I'm looking to shake it off, but it's so new to me right now. Maybe after I'm sorry. Maybe after I have this, I'm going to
no problem.
Maybe after I have these next 2 surgeries, which is a cataract surgery, and then they're going to take the oil out. Then when she's taking the oil out, she said she's going to go back in there. She's going to take the laser. If anything is going on, she's going to do a little tighten up on it. I appreciate that. You know what I'm saying?
I like her.
Yeah.
I like her. I like that doctor.
Yeah. So she's going to, do a little touch up, make sure everything is going well. And so I feel better. Yeah. I feel like I'm handy capable.
Okay.
And it's so funny that I should say handy capable, because Crystal and I had a whole discussion about after I had last year in 21, 20, 23, 22, when they were getting ready to start the show, about being labeled as handicapped. And let's just say since that time, because we have to learn and grow. I was still all in my feelings. You know what I'm saying? And you don't call me no handicap. I ain't gonna be identified as handicap. You know what I'm saying? I mean, so that was real big for me. That denial, the acceptance.
That's the biggest thing, is denial.
Yeah.
Because we're so used to having something, and now you're taking it from us, and now you got me in a different category. You got me messed up.
Yeah.
And I understood where you were coming from.
Yeah.
But I was like, but still.
Well, but you know what? When
I,
somebody's in that moment, in that place, you
Mhm.
can't say "but still" to them because you've already been there.
Well, that's
You
what I'm
probably
saying.
should
But
have just
still,
given me
I'm
a
still going through
slap
that.
or something.
No,
You know, oh, I'm sorry.
my butt still was, but I'm
Right.
still handicapped, so I'm still gonna have
Yeah.
to, announce
Deal with it.
myself the way
Yeah.
I see it. Even though I said you in denial, but it's okay.
Right. Well, you know what? That's the whole thing about when you ask about someone who is low vision, who is dealing with having surgeries and could very
Mhm.
well lose their eyesight. It's also a self-esteem and a spiritual kind of thing that you go
Mhm.
through. Your body is failing you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your body, I'm falling apart over here. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
Oh
me
saying?
yeah.
too.
I call
Me
myself
too.
Miss Potato Head all the time.
Me
Right.
too.
And so that is something that's hard to accept. However, you need support. That's what I'm going to say to you. This show today is obviously for those of us, for those of you who are going through it, who may go through it,
Mhm.
who's watching someone else go through it.
Yeah.
It's about support. You need to get yourself a support team.
Mm-hmm.
And really, this
Oh
is my
yeah.
support team. We're each other's support team.
Yeah, we
Mm-hmm.
couldn't do this by
Right.
ourselves
You
at
know,
all.
and we don't want to overlook the fact because it's low vision that Kimberly also has her disabilities. And so
Yeah.
we work together with that. We help each other, we guide each other, we hold on to each other. And
Even if it was just sitting there watching the whole season of All the Queen's Men every
Okay.
Sunday.
right. Asking each other questions, what they say, what you see.
Right.
Oh, okay. So, and I already said it, but what are some of the funniest things or embarrassing things that has happened to you since your vision has been lowered?
um, I'd have to say, and that's too much information, so I'm gonna leave that. But
We'll say that for the
just,
less talk.
well, I guess waking up or something like that with my embarrassing. Oh gosh, falling.
Falling.
I went and bought a car in Philadelphia back in November, and it's raining, it's pouring down. And I got to drive across the country, and so as I'm on my phone. You know, I'm on the phone, don't you?
Mhm.
I'm on my phone, and as I get ready to lift my foot up over the little, that little yellow thing that keeps you from running into the store, and just
Uh-huh.
as I get ready to lift my foot up, I have on loafers, and it slides off. And I end up
Oh.
falling. So I fall like this, and it looks like I'm yelling at somebody, help me! And it was a puddle of water. So now I'm so embarrassed. And this man just reached up and pulled me up. And I was thinking to myself, I hope I'm not too heavy. I'm hoping, you know what I'm saying? I mean, he just pulled me up with one hand and he was like, you okay? And I'm so embarrassed because now the front of all of my clothes is all wet and everything. And I'm just so embarrassed that I just couldn't think straight. And so I would say that would have been funny to anybody watching it.
But for you,
Yeah,
look,
but
you
for
can
me,
laugh now once
I
you're
can laugh now.
dry.
So, or not being able to read stuff and typing stuff with my phone and the words coming out like I'm trying and not knowing. Matter of fact, my nephew, your son, Kelton, helped to make my phone accessible.
Mm-hmm.
And so now with the help of Betty and with my glasses, I can read.
Yeah.
Amen.
Because if you would have had the regular text, you wouldn't have been able to see that.
Right. And
so we enlarged your text.
I use my computer at work, and so my company has turned my screen up upon my request to black, and everything is white, so
Yes.
I can read. Now I do put it up on high. I do struggle still though.
Mm-hmm.
I do struggle if it's in a light blue or something like that, and
Yeah.
those different colors. I still cannot. I can't. It can't focus. I do see in double sometimes. You
Mhm.
know, that's a big thing for me. And sometimes I just like yesterday. I was on the computer all day, you know, trying to get some stuff done, and it just made me tired. Just
It
trying to
strains
see,
your eyes.
you know,
My
just
eyes swells up when
yours
I
swells
when I'm
up?
sitting there
Anyway.
writing a
you
lot.
was just strained anyway.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean,
And,
that's anybody who's sitting on the computer, but especially when you have something with your eyes. When I was writing for the show, my eye was swelling up and leaking, but I was still
Okay.
trying to write.
Right.
Hard-headed, that's all.
Well, mentioning hard headed, you know, well, I try to tell that girl not to do as much, but you can't tell somebody who is on a mission for greatness and success to stop it. And I suppose our
But
father,
I can tell you to stop talking and walking.
right?
'Cause
And let me tell you something. I did. I was on the phone the other day, and I said, you know what? Let me get off the phone.
so I can walk.
Right, so I can see where I'm walking to, because that's traumatic. I only thought that was a problem for people who weren't paying attention in New York. You remember years ago, a young girl walked into a hole and she was on her phone. I always laughed about that. That's what y'all get for walking and texting and and everything. But here I am. I got the phone in my ear or whatever, and I'm still not seeing it. So I would just say prayer. You need a praying life. You need a church. You need support. You need a family support system. And you need some self-care. Cut yourself some slack.
Oh yeah.
But do everything you can to find out what's going on with your eyesight. Because let me say something to you: the eyesight that you lose may be your own.
Yeah.
You know.
It makes you want to once you stop being able to see things, it makes you want to see more. So it makes you want to keep doing more. And see, that's why it looked like I'm doing so much great things. Because now, since I know what can be taken away from me, I want to make sure that I appreciate the days that I can see as much as I can and do as much as I can.
Right.
Absolutely.
So yeah, it makes you want to see more when you can see less.
I know what you're doing.
We got one more good question for you.
All right.
So name 3 fun facts about you in 2024.
I'm graduating with I'm in my clinical practitioner phase of getting this marriage and family therapy. And so I'll be graduating May 18th, 2024 out in San Diego. Anybody want to come, you're more than welcome to come out and celebrate with me. Let's see. And I'm going to pay off my my second car.
Okay.
And I'm going to give you 3. I'm going to start a business and my own practice, which will have a retail therapy store in the same area. So my offices will be upstairs. I believe that when I get all upset and I get frustrated, you know where I take it to? I take it to the shopping floor.
Right.
And so because she likes to shop.
Clothes forever.
Oh my gosh.
She had clothes and everything else.
Everything else.
Stuff,
she starts shops and we do everything. Pop-up shops. And
she a human Temu.
Oh yes, retail therapy.
You hear me? She a human Temu. She got it all.
Well, there you go. And so when you come into my practice, it's going to be a store. And the whole retail thing is that 15 minutes on the front of your session will give you a chance to kind of walk around the store. Now, I'm not asking you to buy anything, but you will find some fabulous things that you may want to buy. But I'm just saying that in that time, you get to decompress, process your thoughts, come on into the therapy session, and let's get down to business of changing your life and seeing a better future for yourself. And so that's important to me. So those are the things that I intend to see happening for me here in 2024. And I intend for my vision to get better. Praise God. Hallelujah.
Is this the big birthday or is it next year?
Well, I don't think that you should ask a lady.
No, I just said big birthday. You see, I didn't say what age.
Yes, well, it is.
This year's the big birthday?
This is the big birthday.
You better tell them how fine and fabulous you are.
No, it is. No, it's okay.
It's a big birthday. Just know that.
Keep them guessing.
Lord. All right, so I think this was a good show.
Yes, yes, it was.
We want to thank our guest / big sister, Jacqueline Underwood, for coming and sharing your experience with us, because sometimes it's hard for people to even share their experience, especially once they haven't. Well, I guess you have really embraced it now.
Yes.
Yeah, because I don't have a choice.
Yeah.
So that's really what it is. You can stay in, you can keep walking in denial. Pastor said today, the God brings you out of the darkness. So you can keep on walking in the darkness if you want to. Yeah, but I suggest you pull yourself together and come on back into the light.
Okay, say that again.
Okay, pull yourself together and come on back into the light.
Yeah. So we appreciate you for coming and sharing your story. Of course, we'll ask you to come back, sister.
Well, thank you. I love to come back. I love to come back.
Because we really appreciate you. It's a good time when we together anyway. Okay. Y'all just didn't get to see the real stuff. We trying to be professional right now. Right. But everybody, y'all know what I'm finna ask y'all. Like, share, and subscribe.
Subscribe.
If y'all want to see us on Insta, it'll be up here, Edited Magic. Our names, Insta, Facebook. Who else? You see Kim on Temu. You'll see us everywhere. And we got a couple of things coming up. We're going to do our Let's Talk segment this month as well. And we're doing some Black History Month.
Black History.
I love some good Black history.
Yeah, we're going to talk about people that we really don't
talk
hear
about.
about.
Yeah, that's great.
And I
You know what?
guess
That's great. Unsung, right?
Unsung,
Okay.
some people with disabilities who are great in Black history and everything.
Yeah.
So, okay, so make sure y'all stick with us. And this is SWD, Sisters with
With
Disabilities.
Disability.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.